Good day, welcome back to the channel. I want to look at this a little bit more, and so basically an overview of where we are. Part 1 was a general overview of the case, but the main finding was that there's at least 20 inconsistencies in the stories given. Part 2 basically outlines that none of the 3 people Kaden named that were with him that morning when he went to the scene have officially denied his version of the case publicly that I can find. And today I'm just going to look at a couple things in general, but there are some other names that haven't disagreed either that I can find, so we'll discuss that shortly. But you know, I just want to see what time did Jack find Noah? And I'm using a second AI today, perplexity.ai. Early morning, yeah, we know. 5:53 and 6:18. What was Jack Newton doing between 3 and 4? Went to sleep around 2. Keys were stolen at 3. Noah left at 3:30. 3:14, Jasmine posted that he was missing. Jack stated in the message Noah died at 4 a.m., but it's unclear how he knew this. Okay. Alright, shortly. Alright, so anyways, I'm not going to poke around here too much. So the gist of it is Jack claims he went to bed at about 1:50, 2 o'clock. He was wakened by Jasmine at 5, but it doesn't indicate that he got up. It does indicate that 5:30 he woke up. He was late for a fishing trip that was planned with his father and grandfather. 5:53 he texts his father letting him know he's late. He'll meet them at the dock and to bring him a hat because his apparently was missing. About 6:05 he drives up and heading north and finds Tyler Hardy with Noah. So basically my question is this, you know, in conflicting with Kaden's story where Jack came back at 5:15 and told everybody what had that Noah had passed, you know, the rest of that story was that they went to the scene, they saw what they saw, Then they returned to the house, and they said there were, girls were outside. So, I mean, I know Carter and Avery were directly named. I'm sure I heard Logan's name. I'm assuming Jasmine's there. I don't recall hearing it directly, and they asked if it was true. And at the end of the day, these people know if this happened or not. This is some devastating news about your friend, and you know who you heard it from, even if the time's a blur. Was it from Jack? That come in at 5:15-ish? Did you ask if it was true when Kaden returned? Everybody here knows, what they experienced and saw. Everybody knows which of these scenarios is the truthful one. But nobody seems to want to share, which is kind of perplexing. So let's look a little bit more. We know that Renee, her husband, Stephanie, and her boyfriend showed up. We have two different times based on that. One was 6:30 based on Kaden, and one was 7 based on Renee herself, on her posts. And let's look at it this way. If, this started unfolding at 5:15-ish, and they were back to the house by 5:30 in the morning-ish with confirmation, does that give the Milan clan time to get together and arrive on scene at either of those times? I think it would be pretty plausible. The other timeline is 5:53. Noah's still missing, from all accounts of the Jack Newton story. And he arrived on scene about 6:05 where, he was found. Now, in this scenario, I know he said he called his father about 6:05-ish. This is all based on the interview Jack gave to Partners in True Crime, by the way. This is where I got this information. So if he's texting his father at 6:05 and that's when he found Noah or learned of it, how did he notify everybody at the party? And does that give, again, 6:05? The Kaden story is that the Milans all arrived at 6:30. Renee says it was 7. So even at 6:05, if Jack texted or notified the people at the house in some manner, does that give sufficient time? Because I do believe Renee indicated it was approximately 45 minutes to get to the party house. Does that fit with 6:30? Does it fit 7? It's pretty tight. I don't know for sure, though. But at the end of the day, I don't see anybody that's publicly disagreed with Kaden. And you go on Facebook and you look at these folks and you see, these people are being harassed and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, these are simple questions. You know where you were when you got the news. You know who told you. Just make a freaking statement. The stories are so convoluted, which seems odd. We have to work with what we know. We know at 5:53, a 911 call from Tyler Hardy went in. I do believe there was one before that from the other Tyler. I think it was at 5:48. And, you know, if nobody from the house was on scene prior to this, how does this all work out timeline-wise? It doesn't work so well from what I can see. So, you know, these aren't things, we have to work with the information we have. So at this point, we have to go backwards because there's just too much BS in the prior stories. Who did what, and showers and feedings and stuff. So, anyways, I'm just going to leave this one there and point out that, you know, Carter, Avery, Jasmine, and Logan, as far as I can tell, have not publicly disagreed with Kaden's timeline. So that's quite a few people. Anyways, that's all I have for now. I will probably look at this a little bit later again. Anyways, have a great day. Thanks for listening.